Okay, you guys made me do this. After all the comments I've had, I finally went and did it. I bought a new gun. Please don't tell my wife. If she finds out, I'm going to be in more than a little trouble. But I think it'll be worth it. So what have I got? For those of you that recognise it, you'll know that this is a Weihrauch, due to the German writing across the front of the box. The question is, which Weihrauch did I buy? Did I get the green laminate 77 that I've been talking about? Did I actually buy a limited edition 125 year 97? The answer to that question is, let me move my coffee, is no. I didn't buy any of those. Can you guess what it is yet? Standard Weihrauch packing, bit of polystyrene to keep the rifle secure, rifle in a plastic bag, instructions, and the rifle itself. And for those of you that already know, you'll recognise it. This is an HW95, and it is, like all HW95s, a beaut. Although this one does have a couple of marks on the stock, which is going to be my excuse if I do get busted, because I'll be able to say, oh no, I got it at a reduced price, because I did, because I can't afford a new one at the moment. You know, oh no darling, it was you know, it's a second. So the only worry obviously I've got is, why has that got a mark on the stock? How did it happen? And is everything else okay with the rifle inside? Which we're going to find out in about an hour and a half, because I'm shooting this bit now so that I can put a sight on it in about an hour or two after I've got back from the dentist. So here we go, HW95. Back with you in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, hopefully with not too numb a mouth. Cheers. So back from the dentist, luckily nothing bad, so all good. So let's get on with sighting the rifle in. I've put a Vector Optics Weihrauch scope, first focal plane scope on the top. I think it looks pretty damn good. I think it suits the rifle. It seems to be better placed than it was on the CLX, the Lightning. So yeah, starting off at 6 paces. I've got a slightly small target, so I'm a little bit worried about it. Yeah, I'm hoping it hits and I don't have to get a box out, which I've got one there, but it's a bit shot up already from when I did the zeroing in of the 97K. Right, first impressions. What do I think? Well, the cocking, the effort required to cock, and the cocking action itself is the effort required is way less than the CLX. Having said that, the CLX does have a way shorter barrel, but it is a lot smoother as well, and the lockup is Weihrauch through and through. It is super nice. Right, the lockup's good, safety's crisp, little bit of wind. So this stuff, I haven't adjusted this from the last time I used it. Right, trouble with these first focal plane scopes is that at close distance, when you've got the zero all the way, you've got the magnification all the way down, the reticle is so super fine. With my eyes, I struggle to make anything out. Anyway, right, here we go, 6 paces. Where is this gonna go? Well, that is not too bad to start off with. Off to the left. Right. So I'm just going to bring this right, and then I'm going to shoot a shot quickly down range to make sure that I'm on the pellet catcher. Providing I'm on the pellet catcher, I'm not going to bother doing a 20 yard card, because I'll just put a card for the pellet catcher down at the bottom and basically sort it out from there at 30 meters. So 30 yards, I'm shooting meters at the moment. the board hasn't changed position, but I have. I've come further back, just because it's, beforehand I was kind of, this is flatter, this bit of garden is flatter than the bit down there, it sort of runs away a bit, so you end up pointing downhill, whereas here it's a lot flatter and almost, it's almost totally flat to the pellet catcher, so for shooting it's just seems a little bit better. Right, I need to move this, and I need to move this right. That close, 6 yards, man, I'm going to give it, let's give it 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, that's 20. Gotta keep running through the clicks. Here we go. Where are we? Okay, right, that's close enough to centre. Let's see if I'm on the pellet catcher. Okay, wicked. Right. Right, so here we go. I don't know if you guys could tell, but the camera ran out of batteries. So yeah, luckily I heard the click, so I haven't done much here. Okay, 30 meters. Let's continue talking about it. Well, as I said, the cocking action out the box is super smooth, and the lock-up of the action is nice. Safety catch is good. Trigger's standard Weihrauch. Oops. Shut that down. Okay, let's see. Okay. I was aiming for the centre, and that has gone in the black on the top left. So let's bring that right. How many? Quarter across at this. Go 20. 2, 3, 10. All right, Cat. Well, this could end. Oh no, I'm shooting against the backboard. It'll be all right. Ooh. Don't want to get gubbins in there. So I'm not doing a very good job of shooting and talking. Apparently, my wife always said I can't do 2 things at once. Turns out she's right. So let's go again and try and talk about the recoil cycle. Okay, is that far enough right? So I reckon that needs to come right a little bit more. So the recoil cycle on this, it's definitely out the box, bearing in mind it's had what, 5, 6 shots, certainly no more than 10 shots through it. It's definitely boingy with a bit of spring twang, and there is a good, there is a shake, there is recoil, and it's a definite springer sort of 4.5 or after and then 4 sort of movement, which is why hold sensitivity is, you know, and using a decent open hold is so important, so you let the rifle cycle the way it wants to cycle. I know the theory, but I'm rubbish at putting it into practice. So I need to make an adjustment, don't I? So what am I going to do? Let's go right 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go down. Like 20 clicks seem to work, and it was, yeah, I reckon 20 clicks would do it. Close enough anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right. Let's see where we're at. Oh, now I've gone too far to the right. Okay, back, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's try that again. It's too far. I thought it was too far over to the left. Now I'm too far over to the right. So I'm going to go back to the last adjustment, which is why making increments are good and remembering what you've done. So I went 20 across initially from that first shot. Shot another shot, well, no, yeah, that shot I've just shot after putting an extra 5 clicks in is too far. So I've gone back those 5 clicks to my initial adjustment to see where we're going to end up. Height wise, not too bad. I think I'm gripping this too tight. Okay, so that's now gone low, but that could just be me, could be the rifle. Let's chuck a few shots down there. So this recoil cycle is definitely active. I mean, the one thing about that 97 that I did the last video on, I was amazed at how nice that recoil is. But I mean, you know, the issue is the 97's a heavier rifle. You know, and the same thing you see with my TX. Although my TX has definitely got a proper thump to it, there's none of this sort of boingy fore and aft. Everything is smoothed out with that. And I think that's probably down quite a lot to the weight of the actual rifle itself, the stock, and the overall, yeah, the overall cylinder, everything, you know, everything about it, the internals. I think they're heavier. And that tends to, you know, the cylinder's heavier, the barrel's heavier, the stock's heavier. That will help dampen the vibrations. All right, let's try again. Okay, that's gone high. So I am kind of throwing these all around the bull, but I'm in roughly the right place. And considering that this rifle's not broken in, I'm not expecting huge amounts of consistency. And frankly, I've got to kind of learn how to shoot this, because this isn't the same as my other Springers. Yeah, to the left. One more, and then we'll call it quits. Oh, I wish I could talk and shoot. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to be peppering that ball. Okay, so quick summing up. First impressions of the 95. It's exactly what I thought it would be. Is it any better than my first impressions of the CLX? I knew the CLX was going to be hard to cock due to the length of the barrel. It was short. I knew there was going to be a bit of effort, and especially considering it needed breaking in. That recoil did surprise me on the CLX. It was harsh. Whereas the recoil on this out the box is nowhere near as harsh. It's far more benign, but it's still definitely there. So, much like the CLX, I am going to shoot this over the next 20 days, 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, I reckon. The only issue I've got is I have got a load of other Weihrauch rifles to do videos on. Thanks to Big Phil at Leicestershire Air Guns. He's lent me some of his collection, of which 2 of them have never been shot. So I'm doing well. He was having a clear out, and he found a 97 and a 98 that he had taken. I think he'd bought off a friend or something, something along the lines. But anyway, they're still pristine in packing, and definitely the 98 doesn't look as though it's ever been shot. So I am going to celebrate 125 years of Weihrauch, I am going to shoot every single Weihrauch rifle that I can get my hands on, do a video on it, and then at the end of all of this, I'm going to do a summing up of as much of the Weihrauch range as I can get hold of. So if that interests you, I'm going to say make sure you put the notifications on, the little bell thing, if you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, it won't make any difference. But you know, if you are interested, subscribe, because yeah, I'm going to do it. And I know for a fact that YouTube is being a bit funny at the moment. I've had a few people say that they've not been getting notifications that I've been making videos. I don't know what that's all about. YouTube hates gun content, and even if it is just air rifles. But getting a little bit serious there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to look forward to the rest of these videos that I've got. Springers are awesome. I know a lot of you, well, there's a few of you, not a lot of you, I think there's only a few people out there that don't like them. Admittedly, they take a little bit of mastering, but that's where the enjoyment lies. And if you haven't got a good Springer, highly suggest that you go and get one. And hopefully, after the next month or two, you should have a decent idea of what the Germans are offering us. Anyway, all the best, stay safe, and cheers.